What's good, YouTube? Welcome back, guys. Hopefully everybody out there's keeping well. So I've been thinking, guys, traders, when they go into the stock market, usually they have the wrong expectations. And when they start trading, they don't know what's realistic and what's not. They don't know the journey, the process they have to go through. And I don't think it's documented. So I thought I'd do a side gig for me as a challenge, as well as educational purposes for YouTube, where we go through a small account, try to grow it, see where it takes us. And I want to document really the process, the expectations, what's realistic, what's not, the losses, the profits, the psychology, the trades, and walk you through it and give you an update every week on this. Turn on the notification, guys. A playlist has been created for this specifically on this channel, so future viewers can also have a look at this so they don't get misinformed. It's gonna be a very exciting one. It's gonna be very time consuming for me, so I hope you guys appreciate this as well as get some value out of it. Let's get right into it. Don't forget that smashy. Let's go. Okay, guys, so this here is a CFDs account. So initial investment on this account was $2,900. I took it to $3,200, but I went and brought it back down. Obviously, with more trades you make, obviously you risk losing. So let me just make sure you guys see that this here is a live account. It's not a demo account. If I switch to demo, this is a live account. It says it right there. Just so you know, the internet is a bit cruel these days. They'll doubt anything. So let's get right into this, guys. Hopefully you get some value. Let me explain to you the trades that I took up to date and why I'm trading what I'm trading. And obviously we'll go through a live trade today in this video. Let's go. Okay, guys, so what we're trading here is futures. Now I know it's a new thing for a lot of you, futures. What is futures? Well, guys, imagine this. Imagine you're trading a stock today. And when you're trading a stock, you're looking at news to see if there's hype or fear. Okay, and you're waiting for a breakout, you're waiting for a stock to do a specific thing, price action, you're reading it to support resistance, and obviously your job is to dictate whether to go long or go short. With futures, it's the same thing, but here it's easier because what you're doing is you're looking at the overall market sentiment, right? Looking at the overall market sentiment, analyzing the macroeconomics, the news that exist on the day, it's easy. You're just connecting the dots to see whether there's going to be fear or hype. And usually the same pattern repeats itself trading futures. And that's why I'm trading this, guys, futures with a smaller account. With that being said, guys, let's go through this broker and really the process and the journey up to date. So 3 days ago, last week, I deposited $1,900 or euro. And I took this account, guys, slowly, conservative, and I started making conservative trades. Made $3, lost $18, made $34, made $62, $12, $18, and then the losses started coming in. $43 loss, $20 loss, $34 loss. But then we came back to recoup all these small losses with a big win. So with that being said, I went and dabbled with something I had no idea about, right? And that was oil, the most volatile thing you can trade. I wiped out $400. So then I deposited another $500 to basically make up for it. So I went and deposited another $500 because I wanted my capital to be bigger. So then what happened? I went and recouped that loss of $400 by making a bigger win of $370, and then there's some 50 euro here. So I went down by $400, then I went to recoup it again. That's a win on its own already, guys. It's easier to make money, it's harder to recoup emotionally. That's a lesson you need to take, guys. That's why you always have to manage your risk and then really just walk away from a trade if it exceeds your risk tolerance. And obviously it took me about 24 hours to try and recoup everything because I wanted to get back to where I was, and surely I did. So then it continues. The journey continues, guys. Small losses, small wins, and then a big win followed by a big loss. Then I just focused on futures. And we got some consistent profits, some losses, consistent profits. So 2,900 is what was the initial deposit. That's including the loss I took and recovered. So that's what I put in, 2,900. That's my capital. Today we're sitting at $2,991, almost $100 profit with a 3,000 euro account. Now remember, I went through the battle and it's only been 3 days and I've been adjusting to this broker and adjusting to my risk, and it's very difficult for me to trade with a smaller account just because I'm used to not making small money, I'm used to making the big money. So it's not worthwhile for me. So hopefully I continue to be motivated and make such videos for you guys going forward. But $100 guys profit after going through this roller coaster of losing, making. We're finally profitable on this account after a few days. If I didn't take that loss, or that big loss, I would have been $3,500 or euro profit. So that's 500 profit on 3,000 or 2,900 account, 2,900 account, which is very good, guys. So with that being said, I'll update you once this trade is closed and we'll go through a live trade together. We'll execute the trade from A to Z, talk about the psychology and the trade and the price action when trading futures. But we're sitting at 3,000 now. I'm holding swings with this, daily swings within a period of 1 to 2 hours. Sometimes it's a 24-hour swing, just because if I believe the sentiment is positive, some bullshit can happen in between, but long term it will always rebound if I'm buying the dip, or if I believe the sentiment is short, I will short a quick scalp. I will never hold a short overnight with futures because it's dangerous. So with that being said, I'll see you in a minute once we take that profit and walk away to bring that account even further to 3,200 maybe, or 3,150, making $250 profit in 4 days, which is very good and conservative on a small account. See you in a minute. Okay guys, so the trade we had open has now been closed. We are now $180 up on that small account, and now we're gonna make a trade together. So market open, I made sure that to close my position before the market opened, just because a lot of things will be happening, and you can see how these two futures here, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, is behaving. So my game plan has been shared with my team, with my chat room. You can see that the market sentiment here, I wrote that it's flat, treasury yield pull back, lifting some pressure off the market, expecting a soft opening. Now all of these guys, all this sentiment, usually you get a feel for it over time. Otherwise, basically, you can start getting a feel for it by reading news and connecting the dots. And over time it starts making sense. But right now we've got also the treasury yield, inflation fear, which causing a little bit of a stir. Fear lurking around in the market. So we're gonna play this based on what we see in a minute, and I'll hopefully explain to you a couple of things as we go. So market opens in 10 minutes. Game plan has been shared. Maybe I'll share with you some chart results by the end, but let's focus on what the video is about today, and that is executing a trade on a small account. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so here we go. Market just opened, and here's the Nasdaq doing its thing. Now, I'm letting this first candle go. I actually just want to see what it wants to do, if it wants to break above that resistance line here. So you're gonna see a big red in a minute. There we go, here's the pullbacks. So the way I measure it at the same time is by looking at stocks like Alphabet to see what they want to do. If they want to recover. If they want to recover, it's going to be a long, kind of dragged out recovery. Right, but it looks like we're aiming for this. It's only been a minute. Let's see what the second candle wants to do. So let me change it to 1 minute. Here's the second candle about to engulf. Right here, price action is telling us it wants to jump, but like I said, we're expecting a V-shaped pattern to form in the game plan. So what we're expecting is some kind of a consolidation period, a pump, drop, then recovery. And that way we minimize our risk by entering at a good position. And here's the pullback, guys, with these stocks, like I said. Okay, so with that being said, there's still some fear lurking in the background. So we're looking to see what the big tech want to do, and it looks like they do want to jump in value. Right, so I entered 5 contracts okay? And you can see that this here is the change in price. Now, it's best to walk away quickly here anytime soon before it goes against us. But now that there's big momentum happening, there's gonna be a consolidation period that's gonna follow. And I don't wanna be stuck in that period of consolidation. I wanna be entering at a good position. Right, so we just leveled up to 100 here with this scalp. Now this is a scalp, this is not a swing trade. For me, if I want to make the big sums when it comes to swing trading, I would have to wait to get it at a good value or at a period of consolidation where I know stocks have reached their full potential and they want to come back down. So this red candle, I want it to turn basically red, and if we can get a V shape where I can buy at the dip here and get a good swing with good point move, it would make a difference. So that's a quick scalp of $20 on the Nasdaq. So the way I check now to see what's going on is if I just Google these Amazon, Alphabet, because they move the overall market in a specific direction, and it looks like we are on an uptrend. So let's wait and see. But ideally speaking, guys, quick scalps really make a difference. So I'll enter another position here soon enough and walk away from this trade, but I want to just wait to see if there could be more of these moves here downwards before entering a position. So this here's the chart room so far according to game plan. Good job, green means profit. Alright, so here we go, here's the pullback. So I'm gonna wait and enter a position, guys, and this is really trading with futures, how it works out. Hopefully this short video gave you some understanding of my trading strategy with a small account. You know, obviously the more money you have, the more money you can make, but conservatively speaking, being able to trade this with a small account, you're gonna have to be conservative in a way, so you can get in and out quickly from a trade without getting caught out by pullbacks like this. Alright, here's a big push. That means tech stocks are pushing. Alright, so a big push. A big push from the Nasdaq. It usually indicates a push from tech stocks. Now we don't want this to turn into a big red candle. If it drops below this, we're screwed. We have to take a loss and walk away and try again at the bottom. So that is the risk of basically day trading, quick scalps, and then trading the Dow or Nasdaq. It's best to buy the dip or look at short of consolidation, short at the top, short at the consolidation period, which every stock will have. So it's refusing to break above 13,000, which is scary, but now we've broke, which is good. All right, what did we do? All right, we're out. So we made 50 here. It's good enough for the day. Well done to those that read it well. Good job. So that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in a minute. That's how you trade futures. Basically, it's the same as stocks, scalping wise. See you in a minute.